Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video with me, Nigel. I am with Kingfisher Cloud Consulting, and I'm here to talk today about the export function of Inspector, and more specifically about SOQL. So for those who do not know what SOQL is, it is a language that can be used to extract data. It is very similar to SQL or SQL, and that is effectively allowing you to query a database. It always is going to have the same standard syntax, which is select, from, and then we'll get to this in a bit. And effectively what we're doing is, if you think about an Excel table where you have your columns with headers and rows of data, all we're doing is say, go ahead and run this. All we're doing is saying get a particular header from an object. The object itself you can think of as a spreadsheet that sits with each particular record type. So object. So we've got your account object, that's its own table. You've got an opportunity table, you've got a product table, you've got pretty much every single object in Salesforce is a table, and you can query the headers, which are the fields within the system. Now, there's going to be a difference between SOQL, which is what Salesforce uses, and SQL, which is what you might see with Microsoft or pretty much any other system. The standard syntax within SQL allows you to do something like this, where select star gets every single every single field of that object. Now, this is really powerful for those databases, but does not function in SOQL. In SOQL, you must be specific in which fields you want to pull. So I can pull as many of these fields as I want, but I do have to specify which fields. In Inspector, with data export, you can actually select both off of the bottom section here. By expanding this light bulb icon, I can see all of the different fields. I can type in field names such as name, ID. Let's do active, I guess. So as you can see, as I'm typing in, it will actually narrow down the fields based on ACT. It has last activity and active. It also will be looking for both the label and the API name. So if I have a field that differs between the label, maybe says active users versus maybe inactive users with an __C at the end, you can actually see it will pull both. I don't have a field particularly pulled up for this, but that is one extra awesome part of Inspector for the data export. Additionally, when it comes to SOQL versus SQL, SOQL does not do joins, where if you are familiar with the SQL system, syntax, you will know that when you want to join a table, say your opportunities to your accounts, you will join on a familiar record header. Yeah. So for instance, I would join my opportunity IDs to the account table through the account ID field, where account ID on the opportunity equals ID of the account object. For those who don't know SOQL, or SQL, I should say, for those who don't know SQL, you will know that with SOQL, you can't do that. There is no join function. However, you do have the ability to say, pull information from that related account. Because when it comes to Salesforce, we have lookup fields, and through these queries, you can actually pull related data. So we can do account name from opportunity, because we're looking up through the account object that is related to that opportunity. We cannot, unfortunately, query multiple accounts, so this becomes a particular issue if you say want to pull all opportunities with quotes versus without quotes. You would not be able to pull opportunities without quotes from the quote table, or have a join record where it joins the quotes when they are able versus not able to join. So that is a limitation with SOQL that you would not have with SQL. Lastly, there are some, we'll say, there are some post object syntaxes that we can use, such as the where clause, the order by, and the limit. And I'll show you each what each looks like. The where clause is a filter. This allows us to say where account name, actually account ID equals, I think I can paste, there we go. So where account ID equals this. In our example here, all we've done is said, give me the opportunity, the opportunity name, the ID, and the account name for an opportunity where the account ID is this set number, or I guess alphanumeric. So that's the where clause. Let's see if I can get multiple. So we're just going to do from account where name, let's see, annual revenue is greater than 0. So when it comes to the where clause, we can do exact references where something equals. We can do greater than or less than. That's actually a very good example. If you have invalid syntax, it's going to give you what the error location. So in this instance, I can't pull account.name because I'm already looking at the account table. So I'd just be pulling name. I've already got, and the other part is that if you already have a field here, it's not going to let you advance because it'll only pull it once. You'll also note that I just deleted the last comma here. You must, for the last column that you're looking at, it needs to continue to the word from. So with that, I'm now able to pull all of the accounts that have an annual revenue greater than 0 in this instance. So that's a where clause. Now, we can then use order by, and we're going to do order by name. And we're going to do ascending, though you can also do descending to make it flip last to first. It will always default to ascending if you don't use ascending. This is going to be very convenient if you need to find last modified date, for instance, and look at the most recent date. Okay, lastly, limit. This is if you just need to confirm that your query pulls something, but you don't want to pull thousands of records. I can say limit. So I'm going to limit me to the first 5 that I pull. Now you will note that it's the first 5 based on the order. So if I change this to descending, now I'm pulling up a different set. So with that, those are your syntaxes for how to use SOQL. Hopefully this is helpful, and good luck out there.